In this video, I'd like to take a look at a design that I set in motion a number of years ago, probably about 8 years ago, with the intent of seeing if we can get grapevines to grow on trees in a way where we can get production from those grapes, but also not really manage things too intensively. And last year and the year before, we got some grapes. This year, to be honest, I almost forgot about this whole setup. There's so many other moving parts at our main Edible Acres nursery, the 6-acre site just north of Trumansburg, New York. I was just walking by the other day and I realized, oh yeah, there's a ton of grapes. Well, for the effort, there's a lot of grapes in here. So let me take a more thorough look at what this all is about. On the other side of this crazy mess is the road. And so we've got our site, our half-acre site where Sasha and I live, where we've got a very intentional living wall, which I talk about a lot in other videos. Here it's more of a brush wall and a debris wall. And so I planted honey locust. Now if I could do it all over again, I would have planted thornless honey locust here back when I did so. But I had thorny honey locust and that's what I planted. And the second year after they were in the ground, I added a rootstock for a grape, so some sort of Concord grape that was growing on an arbor too deep in the shade in another location on the property. And the grape started growing. It found its way onto the honey locust and started growing faster and faster. And now, a number of years later, it's a wild mess, but within here, let's see, you can get a sense there's grape clusters all throughout. Now, could they be more productive if it was on a T-trellis or managed more formally? Absolutely. Could they ripen more evenly or be larger clusters? I'm sure. But to be able to put trees in the ground and then a cordon or a rootstock for a grape in the ground and just let the two grow together, it's a pretty nice yield. A little later today, a friend of mine is going to be coming by and we'll be doing the harvest on this, and I'll take a photo of what we actually get out of this. I'm interested to see, but certainly enough to do some processing. And then management-wise, it's going to be next to nothing, but what I will do is, because I don't want to have to get on a ladder to harvest in the future, and these honey locusts will just keep getting taller and taller if left to their own devices. Sometime this winter, when I've got some more free time, I'll go through with either an electric chainsaw or handsaw or loppers and simply take the locusts and pollard them right at around head height. Cut them back in here. What I won't do is cut the grapevines. I think I'll just simply cut the honey locust, let them drop onto this brush wall so they can continue to be part of the visual barrier between us and the road and to keep deer from coming through in this area. And the vines will follow them down and then be able to crawl over all of that and then also follow up the new shoots that the honey locust put out next spring. These would be full-size trees. They will be full-size trees without management. And if I cut them back, it's going to release some nitrogen and fertility to the other elements in here, including the grapes, but then also allow more light to penetrate in. That way is due south, and so more morning light will be able to come in and strike the hawthorns and redbuds, Carpathian walnuts, hazelnuts, and the like that are in this next row in here. So takeaway for me, I would have done this, I will do this again, absolutely. I'll do it with thornless honey locust, and or alder, maybe autumn olive, maybe seaberry, and different varieties of grapes, perhaps Arctic kiwis and Schisandra. So do vining layers on malleable and nutrition building, nitrogen fixing trees in the future. So now I'll get to some picking and see what that all pans out to be.